Welcome. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin charts because they are interesting right now. I haven't slept for more than 20 hours and I have a meeting in a couple of hours. I will have to speak to people, do some presentations, and that after not sleeping for an entire day. So I won't be long. I'll try to get through the most important stuff as fast as possible. It's just that Bitcoin charts are very interesting right now. We could be heading for an opportunity to go long because according to Elliott waves, we should start a phase 3. According to my count of Elliott waves, there are people who look at it differently, but that's what I see in the charts. I'll show you right now, and I want to take a look because I haven't done any updates for in quite some time. I was very busy. I have to do a lot of stuff. And when I have some free time, I'll put it into TA. But most of the time, I read books and study charts and analysis from big economists. Not the kind of stuff you see on the internet, but the kind of stuff you get when you listen to people who have PhDs and who study that kind of stuff during their entire life. Anyways, let's go into the chart and see what Bitcoin is doing. So first off, as always, I try to be, you should be able to hear me still. Zoom changed everything. And now I don't know how it is, how it's showing up. It's strange. Anyways, I think it will do. Just my Zoom setting is all, it's a little different than before. Anyways, here's my disclaimer in English. Please read it and take note. If you have any questions, look around on my internet webpage. The link will be in the description. The same thing for people who speak French. Normally I do those also in French, but I have no time to translate in any other language. I have no time to make those videos. So I do what I can. Huh? I'll try to make them when important stuff is going to happen. And I think we are heading for that period of time. And for those who speak German, I'll also do those videos in German, but I have no time right now, so I stick to English. Now, first chart, TD sequential, we are on a red 2. Red 2 is trading since a couple of hours and has not moved a lot. Here I can adjust my entry point, which would be at 8,130 now. And for the time, it should be on the 5th of August. I tell you why that is the case. In the last bear market, you had 11 occasions to buy Bitcoin when it touched that moving average. It gets to 30 on the weekly. I'm not going to go over all the TD, all the different time frames, because I don't think that TD sequential is that important, and I have no time to do it. So let's just keep it for today. If you want TD sequential, go with Tony. He'll tell you again that the best time to go short Bitcoin is right here. Okay, because we are going for sure to 1.5K, and he will tell you that the best time to go long is right here at 40K, because again, of course, we are going to all new time highs. Okay, I mean, for a great trader who has 50,000 followers, that is unbelievable. But he keeps making a lot of calls, and sometimes he's right. Most of the time he is wrong, but sometimes he's right. Why? Because nobody is right all the time. I'm going to make some calls today, because that's what you want to hear. And that's what is important to know what you're doing. But that's just TA. It's not risk management, and it's not. I mean, it's just my opinion. Okay. I have what 5, 10 followers. Nobody cares what I say. Okay. Don't everybody cares, and he'll tell you that we are going to 1.5K just here, and he will tell you again. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and he'll tell you that we are going to uh, to 14 to all-time highs here, on that candle. Huh? And just to say how brilliant he is, and that's why people counter trade him. I think they're right doing so. They are perfectly in the right state of mind. Why? Because they make 334% on the up move. Okay, and then and then until now they make they make 34 35% on the down move. Just perfect, just perfect, just perfect. I'm a bit harsh with another trader. It's just because I can't stand people who think that trading is gambling, and who use trading indicators like TD sequential as a gambling tool. And then when they are wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong again, they tell you, well, it does not matter, blah, 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 because I'm actually hodling. And they have an immense amount of excuses to make up for all the calls that are most of the time wrong. And it's just bad if you are that bad at trading. And then, of course, you say, but I do not trade. I do not trade, so I don't care if my calls are right or wrong, etc. Just keep it. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. It's just too much for me. It's just too much for me. And it gets so much on my nerves that he only uses like some kind of beep, only one kind of indicator, TD sequential. It really gets on my nerves. It really gets on my nerves. I mean, TD sequential is an indicator you can look at. It's important because I can tell you we are on a red candle number 2, and you see straight away that we are now on a red candle number 2. Okay, it's important because it tells you that the upward trend has broken, and that if the 2 goes below the 1, you start the downtrend. But it does not tell you that you should go short, because that's very close to actually where my entry point will be. So stop the BS. Just stop the BS and stop taking people for cows. Let's say it like this. Okay. Now he's doing an exclusive thing, extremely expensive, with 2, 3, 4, 5 traders who will pay a fortune to listen to that kind of stuff. I mean, what can I say? What can I just I'm really passionate about technical analysis. If I have 5 minutes, I'll read a technical analytic book. Okay, I have hundreds of books to read. I read already a lot of them. They don't do the BS that the tone tells you. Okay, it's just not. It never shows up in their kind of book. And the books he recommends, they are a joke on his website. They are really a joke. They are the worst technical books you can find on the internet. And people take that serious. I mean, Tone has some stuff right. Let's give him credit for what he deserves. He understands 2 things. Okay, one is he doesn't talk a lot about that, because as a lefty, he can talk about that and criticize the American state. But he gets it. He doesn't talk about it, but he gets that decentralized money is better than fiat money. So he understands. He doesn't talk about it, but he understands. And the second thing he gets is that shitcoins, excuse me, that's how you say it, huh? Will go to 0. because they are useless. That's the two things fundamentally he understands. Apart from that, you're better off listening to somebody else. But he's a good introduction for people who want to get exposed to cryptocurrencies. He's a good introduction, and he points you in the right direction. But do be very careful about following his advice. I mean, be very careful about following his advice. When he will tell you again that he goes short, I will go long. Not because I counter trade him, because that's the moment you have to go long. Okay? And if you don't get that, you get screwed. You will lose all your money. And don't give me the bullshit. Yes, but a 2 went below a 1. Here also a 2 went below a 1, and that was the top of the bull market. So stop all the nonsense. Okay, I simply cannot hear it anymore. I simply cannot hear it anymore. If something get more on my nerves of than all the altcoiners, then it is tone waves and it's TD sequential. He really gets on my nerves with that BS. He has to get his beep together and straighten his trading up and do some real work. Okay, stop. He doesn't scam you by telling you to buy altcoins, but he scams you by giving you extremely bad trading advice, which will make sure that you lose all your money. Anyways, please excuse me. I like you, Tony. I really do. Huh? I mean, you have some people and point them in the right direction, but you're trading. There's something wrong with it. I'm sorry, there's something wrong with it. If for you, the top is the moment to go long, and the bottom is the moment to go short, there's really something wrong with it. You have to question your analysis. Okay? And it's not one time that it happens. It happens over and over and over and over again. And don't give me the stuff, yes, but I do risk management. There are two ways you die on the internet. The first way is you get bitten by a shark. Is you get liquidated and it's over because you're over leveraged. The second way is you get beaten to you get piranha sharks that kill you. Okay, every time they take a little bit out of your trading, and your TD sequential is exactly that. Every time you're wrong, you lose a little, and you don't make up on the next trade. Okay, because the next trade also costs you money most of the time. When you're 80% of the time wrong, you don't make money. Okay. So stop the BS. Get your beep together and make it real. Make it so that your followers don't lose all the money. And for Tyler Jenks and his hyperway, he has to get his stuff together also. I know he's now with a new guy on the internet and it looks a little better, but he also have to get his stuff together, okay? Because he didn't think we go to 1.5K, but he thought we go to 1K. So unless we go to 1K, he should reconsider what he's doing for a living. Okay, now let's go into the charts. Here you have the EMS. Sorry for my rant, but those people really hurt innocent guys who think that they know something when they mostly don't, okay? Trading is not that hard. There are a couple of things you have to know. There's the technical stuff and there's the psychological stuff. The psychological stuff is probably much harder than technical stuff. And then there's money management. But anyways, you won't be safe by listening to people who make sure you lose all your money. Excuse me for that. I know that they do it to the best of their ability, but I'm sorry. When you do this over decades, and you can't see a bottom and you can't see a top, then there's something wrong. Okay. Now let's go into the charts. Here's the EMS, and I like those guys. Okay. I'm just tired. I didn't sleep for 20 hours. Please excuse me. Okay, I'm just tired. And every time I go on the internet, I get all the BS. Okay, either the scammers or the traders who think that the bottom is the top, and vice versa. If I see that, I mean, I can't. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. You get scammers or people who think that the bottom is the top. Well, now that we have straightened that out, let's look at the charts. Here the EMS, I'm not going to into this. Now they're looking flat on the 2 hour, but I don't think that will hold. SMAs, you must touch the yellow one for an entry point or the green one. And you had 6 touches during the last bear market, so expect a touch. We haven't got a touch until now, so it should still be coming. Here you have a golden cross, and it is still positive, but it is narrowing down. Here you had Chimoku Def Cross. Here you are just another Def Cross on a wave frequency indicator. So that's not good, especially not because that one was the bottom, and it was the bottom, it was low. This one is the top, and it looks like the top. So I would take that serious. Here you have a Def Cross, and right now you still are in a Def Cross. Actually thought it was a golden cross, but it's a Def Cross. The same thing here, Def Cross. Here you did get a golden cross, but if you go lower, you will have a Def Cross. Let's see if there's no golden cross. No, there's no golden cross. Next, I've tried to go fast over them. As you know, I have a meeting coming up, and I haven't slept for more than 20 hours. So I will be standing for more than 24 hours and talking and doing some presentation and talking to people. So, you know, I won't go into health issues and all that stuff. Anyways, it's just not good for you to be doing an extended time period awake, as you probably will get. Here again, you should have an entry point when you touch that moving average. During the last bull market, you did touch it 8 times, so expect a touch. We haven't had a touch this time. We haven't retouched properly moving averages for now. Here you have a momentum indicator, and it's bearish. Here you have actually I don't know what it is, golden cross indicator, and there are some entry points and some exit points. The last one was an exit point. You would have an entry point here, and that would be also a level to watch. But I think the first one should hold. Here you have copper curves. The first one is pointing up. The other one is flat. One is pointing down. And on the weekly, the first one turned, and the other ones are flattening out, but still positive. Here you have Bollinger Band, and you are negative. Here you have one more Bollinger Band, and you are, well, you're still theoretically positive, and you did touch that line, which could be an entry point. But we keep looking at other charts. This could have been an entry point actually. Yeah? But looking at other charts, I think we still have to go a little lower. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Here you have MACDs on the daily. I'm not looking at the other time frames, but it's negative. Here you have stochastic, and here you had divergence. That divergence now probably did play out theoretically speaking, because we touched that line. Every time we had a divergence, we went to touch this line. Okay, so we touched it. I think we will overshoot it a little, but that could be an entry point for you. I won't take it, but it could be an entry point for you. Here you have a divergence indicator, and there was divergence. It now disappeared on that indicator, which is strange. And here you have something that looks like a top, and here you have something that looks like a bottom. Next, candles. Well, as you can see, they are always flipping. Here was a bullish one, bullish one. That one was bearish. So I don't give it too much weight. The important one was this one, and that was a bearish engulfing candle. Here you have an indicator which is bearish, but very slightly. Here you have a couple of indicators. This one is important, and it shows that we should get a downtrend. I don't think we are through it yet, because I'm expecting a little more. But as you can see, every time we touch, we went lower. So we did touch, and we are heading lower now. Here, stop and reverse are positive on the 3 weeks. One more indicator, it's the OXO and fractals. Well, that's a very short period of time, but you could use them for stop losses. You could stop loss just here or here or here. And if you go long, you could use the button to go long. Anyways, you are bearish right now. That is an indicator which is important to me. It's represented at R, and it tells you that when we touch here, it's a good entry point. Every time we touch there, it was a great entry point. We did touch 6 times during the last bull market. We did not touch right now, but I'm expecting us to touch. So what I would like to see, here I should move a bit because I think it will take a little longer. So I think on the 5th of August it should happen. I tell you why in a couple of seconds. We should touch that line, and that should be a great entry point. And when we touch that line, we will also touch the red line on the chart, the moving average. I think it's a moving average. Or yeah. So when we touch this one, it will also be a great entry point. We should touch them both at the same time. I'm not going to talk about this. That one is bearish, positive, but I'm not giving too much weight. The first one is positive too, but I'm not giving too much weight to this. This one is negative. I'm going very fast. Sorry for not giving you all the names and going into details, but I'm tired. I actually, yeah. Well, if I would be very tired, I could sleep. Anyways, let's skip that. We are not here for talking about my health, but looking at the charts. So this one is bearish, and it's an important indicator to me, because every time it was bearish in the past, you did go lower. It marked a top. It could be short-lived, but it marked a top. And here it did mark a top a couple of weeks ago. We went a little higher, but we are still heading down. So I'm expecting us at least to touch that line and even overshoot it a little. When we are green again, you get a confirmation that you can go long, but I will have that information ahead of time. Next, here is a volume indicator, and that was start of the bear market, the end of the bear market on big volume candles. Yeah. Then here you have an indicator that gives you good entry points. So now we are actually very close to getting an entry point on that indicator, which is good and not good, because I'm expecting actually price to go a little lower than that, but it will soon give you an entry point, and the last entry point good. So you're getting close to getting an entry point, because it should happen this or next week. We should have an entry point. Here you have the first one is an RSI, and there are different levels, level of overbought and level where you should buy. So the level where you should buy, I pointed them out in green. Every time it touches, it is a great buying opportunity. You had 6 of them during the last bull market. We did not touch any of the green lines for now, but I'm expecting us to touch them very soon. Next, I don't want to talk about that, but it's flat and slightly bullish still. But it's well, the first one is bullish, the second one is bearish, and the third one is bearish. Next, you are bearish on that indicator. This one did not flip for now, but should flip every second. This one is still positive, and that last one is positive. Next, when you touch that moving average, it's a great entry point. You had the two golden crosses necessary to tell you that the bull market has started. During the last bear market, you had 6 great entry points. We did not have one until now, so I'm expecting us to get that entry point very soon. Now you know. Now you will get why I think we have 2 more weeks until we bottom. We get the next great buying point, the next deep that we should buy. And why do I say that? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 candles after the top is the moment when the market will reverse. So here you had the top, and then you count 4 weeks, and you get the entry point. How do I know that? Well, I looked at past history. Okay, and every time you did get this, as you can see, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have the entry point. So it worked out perfectly here. It worked out perfectly here. 4 again. It worked out nearly perfectly here. There were 5 instead of 4, but the 4 one were not very hard, so the last one was hard. And for now, you had 2 weeks. Okay, we are on the 2nd week, and there are still 2 coming. And then we should touch that moving average, and it would be the second entry point. The first one was this one if you took it, but it was risky one. Well, risky and not risky. Risky if you listen to 10 ways intelligent, not so risky if you look at other charts. Here last time we touched 8 times that moving average, and this time we did not touch it once. So I'm expecting us to touch it. And I'm expecting us to touch it either this week or next week or next week. So you have 3 more weeks to buy the dip. This indicator is still positive. I'm not going to talk about it a lot. It's just EDX showing you that that's flattening out, but it's still positive. Here you have a couple of indicators that are important. The first one is just different from moving averages, and buying points appear here and here, and those red lines that are pointed. The second one gives you a buying point when that one touches that moving average. It hasn't happened until now. The third one confirms. The second one confirms. Once, let's see if I can pull it off. Here it tells you to go short, and will confirm once you get golden first left here. Okay, but for now you have not. That indicator is important. This is the first buying opportunity, and we just crossed it. But I expect us to go lower and touch the second one, because we went up a lot. So I expect the correction to be proportionate to the move up. So I'm expecting us to touch the lower one. Once we touch it, we should go higher. Oh, no, I'm messing this one up. So you actually could go long according to that indicator, but I think there's more downside. This indicator gives you buying points here. We haven't touched, and here we haven't touched. I think we will touch the first one for sure, and the second one probably. It's a dip. I'm not talking about a bear market. I'm talking about a dip that you buy in a bull market. Here you have, and the first one is negative for now. The second one will give you an entry point when you touch the red line, or at least you get very close to it. We are too high for now. The cycle indicator is still pointing down. And this one will give you a touch, an entry point when that line or moving average touches this one. So that's not happening now, but I'm expecting us to happen until the 5th of August. Here you have a top, and then some downtrend should follow, but it really starts when you get different color of candles, and then you have to wait until the candles flip. So we still have to change color and then flip again. For now, we did not change color and we did not flip. So, but since we have 3 more weeks, that should happen. Here you are positive for now, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Ichimoku, that would be an entry point if we touch that line. And right now we are positive. And here also you are positive on that Ichimoku. That Ichimoku, I think it's an Ichimoku too. Let me just check that I'm not telling you something that is wrong. Yeah, that Ichimoku is also still positive, but it's pulling down. Here you have once again telling you that the Ichimoku entry point will be here. Last time there were 7 touches of that line. It has a name actually. It's Kidwin Sen. And when you touch it, it is a great entry point in a bull market. And why are we in a bull market? Because we touched that line, and then normally a bull market follows, and you touch this one here, and a bull market follows. Of course, Conway's intelligent. We'll never look at that indicator, because why? But why? We know it all. Why look at that indicator? Next. Here you have NVT. Normally, you should touch those red lines and then go higher, but I'm not sure that NVT is still working. Founding rate on Big Macs is negative, but very slightly negative. So people know that we are going lower. Here you have some indicators that give you the top, and also I did put some parabolic lines, and since that was a parabolic move, we went down. Here also you had a parabolic move, so I'm expecting us to go down. Here you have an indicator that gives you the top, gives you tops and bottoms. For now, it gave you a top here, and we are still looking for a bottom. Here you have, is it an SRR? Yes, it's an SRR, and it's still negative, but it's a short time frame, so it might jump. Anyways, not that important. Stop and reverse, it did get hit, and unless you enter again because you are above the stop loss, it would be it would be at 10,353. Unless you do that, I would not recommend it, but you could actually, because there are some indicators who already turn bullish. If you do it, your stop loss would be at 10,353. Here I could give you a stop loss if you go short, but I don't think you should go short. It's not recommended to do so on Bitcoin. So I'm not giving you, but I could use same indicator to give you a stop loss. It won't be the same line, but it will be a line a bit higher above the price. Anyways, here you have an indicator that gives you a channel, and you see that we are slightly going down, but we did not go down that much. Here you have a gap that must be filled. Now, why do I think we are in a bull market? Because I look at Elliott wave count, not the sequential. But one of the indicators that is more important to me is Elliott waves. And Elliott waves gave you a great count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a correction, a complex correction followed with an ABC correction. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complex correction followed with the ABC correction. And now you have 1. We are still missing the 2. And then you will get a 3. Okay, so Elliott wave says there's one uptrend move, impulsive uptrend move, then there's one corrective move, there's one impulsive uptrend move, one corrective move, and one impulsive uptrend move. I'm not drawing those out of the head. That are they're actually data you get when you look at that indicators, and then you get a correction. Okay, so again here we just had the first impulsive move. We should get a correction and then go high. So there are people out there that count Elliott wave differently, and they say it is an B move, that is the A move, and this is the B move, but it is going very far away from price, and I do not see it. Okay, and the entry points are a Fibonacci retracement, which is here, which was here, worked perfectly first time. Second time you overshoot a little. This time I don't know if you will overshoot, but if it works perfectly, your entry point would be at 7,566.55. And if you don't care about any wave, look at some other indicator. It is one of the most important indicator regarding market psychology. But if you don't care about it, look at something else. Okay, go listen to Tune Ways and see how long it takes you to lose all your money with his TD sequential. Here you have the same Elliott wave count, but on a weekly time frame instead of a monthly time frame. It gets more messy when you go down. Anyways, you had a 5-wave up move, which is the first wave on the monthly chart, but on the lower time frames, it gets divided on sub waves. So there are 5, which are perfect. Now there was a correction, but I think it could be a bit more complex. It could be the end. So if you believe it's the end, go long. Here you have the same thing, but on a 2-day chart, a 5-wave move, and now you had an ABC correction. I don't know what this would give, but I'm expecting some more corrective action. Maybe an impulsive corrective action, just as I showed here. So here again, you have the last moves, one possible counting way of last moves. So ABC, then again ABC, then an impulsive move, 5, then an ABC move, and now I'm expecting one more impulsive move. But I could be wrong. Nobody knows that for sure. It's just that for now, for me, it's still corrective. Here you see what happened on that candle, and you have the reverse here. If it is symmetric, you went down 50%. So you should, here you went down 50%. Well, here you went up 50% after the capitulation candle. Here you should go down 50% after that bearish candle. But I'm not sure that we will go down that much. But anyway, it could be possible. If we look at Litecoin, just because some people think it's a leading indicator, it broke down and it's still heading down. You did get a little pump, but for now it looks like it wants to go lower. One more indicator giving you short opportunities and long opportunities. You got short opportunities, long. I don't know why there's no short here. Should be a short here. And sometimes again it will give you a long, but anyways, it keeps always giving you short entries and then telling you to close short, is calling closing short, give you long entry. I don't know why. It was a bad idea anyways. But you get the idea. And it gave you a short entry here, then it said you go long and you went up, but I think it should have told you to go short again. Here you have one more indicator, which is the same principle. It's a zigzag indicator, and that zigzag indicator told you to go long here, and it tells you to go short now. The first one is, if I'm not mistaken, a divergence indicator. No, it's a sentiment indicator, but it shows divergence. Here it gave it divergence, and we should go lower. Those divergences did work in the past. Every time they showed up, we went lower. So I'm expecting us to go lower. This one tells you that you're in a bull market. This one is bearish. This one is heading down quite fast, which is bearish. Here you have a risk indicator, three risk indicator actually. Those one are not that important. I'm having them, but I will probably take them off. Just when they get very close together, I think it's the risk is good to go long or short. I mean, it's a moment where it's important, and when they are far away from each other, risk is high. And for the first one, it tells you, for example, here it gave you a lot of buy signals and told you that it was a breakout of 20-day. So you traded higher than 20-day and a lot of buy signals, and then you went higher most of the time. And most of the indicators for risk told you to go long. And it gives you low risk, here a little higher risk, but you went lower, and it tells you to go low, higher again. And here the risk was low, good entry point. And here it is quite working, not too bad. I mean, it's telling you that it's very risky here, and you actually did go lower. It tells you that it's risky. It's a sell signal. Here it tells you that you could go long, but it's risky. Here gives you sell signal. So what you should get is risk that is around 10%, and that would be an entry. But for now, you only have sell signals. So that it's a multi-time frame indicator and Fibonacci time indicator. So Fibonacci time indicator went bullish here, and it was the bottom of the bear market. Then you went bullish on those time frames too. This indicator for now is bullish, but it's starting to flip. I mean, the yellow moving averages are going below the green one, and the green one should then go lower. I don't know if I did put entry points. No, I did not. But I could actually, when you get close to the red line, it's good an entry point. So now you see that you are far above the red line, and you should correct. And I'm going to take a look at if the red line is a good entry point, but it maybe it's too high. Anyways, for now, at least you are very high above it, and you should correct. Every time when you are very high above it, you correct, you get very close to it, and then you get an entry point. So it's always the same thing, it's just different indicators that highlight it a little differently. So as you can see, those are good entry points when you get close to it. When you are far away from it, it's not a good entry point. Now you're still far away from it, so you should get closer to it. And that would be a good entry point. On the 5th of August, if my TA is right. Here you have an indicator who simply tells you when you're in a bull market, when you're above it, and the bottom of a bear market when you're below it and see the candles. So it worked during this bear market, and it worked during the last bear market. As you can see, here was the bottom, and we were below the indicator. So there are a lot of tools that give you the top and the bottom. You only have to look for them. Trend line, you see that we have a trend line heading down, and it is repelling the price right now. Then you have a trend line here that could be of some support, and you have the trend line, the lowest trend line which hold the price here, and look what it did before. It hold the price during the last bull market. Isn't that beautiful? It hold the price during this bull market, and it is again holding the price up during the next bull market, which is great from a technical point of view. Some more trend lines. This trend line again is repelling the price, and we can break above it for now. Here you have a trend line also that is of some relevance. That one somehow was relevant, but it's messed up. And here was trend line for the last bull market. So as you can see, that was the trend line for the bear market. This was the trend line for the bull market. Here you did not get a clean trend line, unfortunately, but those two are heading down. And for now, you still don't have a trend line for a bull market, but it should show up soon, I guess. I did not make that indicator, so don't take my word for it, but it's quite fun to look at. Next, here you have an indicator who gives you entry points and exit points. Entry points are when you touch the green moving average. I haven't counted them, but there were quite a few, around I would say 8 or 6 with the next bull market. And this time you only had this one. Normally I don't count the first one, and this one would be the first or the second entry point when we touch that moving average. One more trend line indicator, so it gives you the tops. So that was a top, and that was a top, and that was a low, that was a low, that was a low, and it started an uptrend. The low also that trend line also gave the bottom. Right now, I don't see an active trend line, but it should show up anytime soon. Here you have one more trend line indicator, and it's bullish. Some more trend lines which are for now bullish. And the last trend lines. So I looked at when good entry points are, and it is when you get close to the green moving average, as always. And here again, you went bullish, and here would be your first entry point when you get close to that moving average. Should happen on the 5th of August. Okay, that was all for today. I'm glad that I have done it because I wanted to give you my outlook. Let's see if I'm right or not. And I'll see you next time when I have some time to make a video and talk about the charts. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. And please excuse my rant about other traders. It's just that sometimes, I mean, they do that for a long time, you know, a long time. They manage millions, sometimes hundreds of millions. And if you can get what a bottom is or what a top is, there's something wrong if you trade. Just get on my nerves. And then if you gamble all day long with T sequential, I mean, that's not trading. It's not investing, what I call trading or investing. That's playing. Go to Las Vegas and play there on the slot machine. It's the same thing, and you will lose. You manage just as fast, or maybe a little less fast than if you follow Tone Ways and go for his T sequential. I'm going again on my tangent. I'm sorry. I like them as traders. They are important part of the ecosystem. They do a lot of good by talking about Bitcoin, but you should get what a bottom is, and you should get what a top is when you trade for decades. Okay, and you have 50,000 followers. Sorry to say that, but it's the truth. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon.